Now, a massive controversy has erupted over IIT Bombay's Pro-Hamas event. In a video now making rounds on social media, IIT Bombay professor provided a platform for terror apologists, and there is a massive outrage over this. Hitting out against the professor, Legal Rights Observatory has demanded that there should be a ruthless crackdown on such pro-terror elements. Meanwhile, the students have also filed a complaint with the police against the lecturer. That is the latest we have right now. There are some few voices who are apologetic and, of course, sympathizing towards the Hamas terror group. Now, there is another case that has popped up from IIT campus in Mumbai, and there are protests. The students have also filed a complaint. Let's take a listen to the reaction.
Actually, it's a quite shock for all of the students of IIT Bombay. We never thought that this kind of activity would go on when the Vice President of India is on the campus. He came all the way to just interact with the students and faculties. And on the other hand side, Professor Sharmista Shah organized one event on the same day and at the same time where the students could not go to listen to Honorable Vice President. And she organized the screening of a documentary, and she invited the person whose name is Sudhanva Deshpande as the guest speaker to talk about the documentary. And Deshpande started his speech by one-sided narrative, and he started glorifying and even justifying the acts of the militants of the Palestine. And in fact, he called one of the Palestine militant, Zakaria Zubedi, as the legend. That's quite a surprise. Further, he also mentioned the names of Ghassan Kanafani, and he called them that, look, we have to fight a war and we need arms. So he is in a way supporting the, violent battle and the armed rebellion. So I think that whether IIT Bombay is the academic institution, we should allow this kind of talks, or they want to just in terms of brainwash the innocent students.
You mean to say that this was done intentionally when the Vice President was there in your campus to brief the students, and at the same point of time Miss Sharmista Shah had invited this very leftist ideologist at the same point?
So this question should be asked to the IIT Bombay administration, because we have written emails to the IIT Bombay administration to cancel this program. But they did not listen to us. Even they did not, when they did not acknowledge the email that had been sent to them. So IIT Bombay administration is quite, conveniently ignores these emails, and they are okay, with the professors from Humanities and Social Science Department spreading.
You wrote the letters. Did you write?
The email was written to the Dean SA, Professor Dulla, then the Director, and the Deputy Director of Academic Section.
Since how long this is going on? Remember, we have seen multiple such events in the past as well. There is a kind of ideology that is being, in fact, left ideology that is being widely promoted across the campuses of India. Who is behind this, specifically when we talk about IIT Bombay?
So actually, see, yesterday only there was one more event organized where one professor who is the retired professor from Delhi University, Professor Achin Vanayak, he was invited by the same department, that is Department of Humanities and Social Science, or I guess Center for Policy Studies. And this person had made very serious claims. He called, or even he questioned the role of the Indian Army, stating that why don't we call them terrorists? He intended to say that. And he was invited in the IIT Bombay to speak and discuss with the students. So these kind of events are organized, in a very systematic way by the Department of Humanities, Social Science, and some professors from the Center for Policy Studies.
But why is it happening? Why do you think that this is happening? Why people are being called who have such a kind of anti-India ideology?
See, actually, so I am still a student, and I'm not aware of any their hidden agendas. But on the periphery, I can see that one agenda that these professors have is definitely to distort the minds of the intelligent students of the IIT Bombay. And I make it very clearly that these people are not interested now in JNUs or in other universities. Now they're looking, or they're targeting, I'm using the word targeting, they're targeting the premier institutes of the India, the IITs and other elite institutions. So it's quite alarming, and I request the IIT Bombay administration to take a very strong action against the professor who violated all the disciplinary actions, because this is a politically motivated movie.
So there's, of course, demand that is growing for a crackdown against these pro pro-Hamas elements. Remember, there were many such rallies that were held in Delhi as well right after the war broke out, right after Israel waged this war against terror. There was sympathy, there were some sympathetic voices from Jamia, from some of the other universities, much coveted universities in the national capital. There were protests. Also, there were some people who were detained also. And now it's IIT Bombay who is now in the eye of a storm over a professor's lecture. There's, of course, a massive controversy over IIT Bombay's pro-Hamas lecture. A certain lecturer has been now, of course, all right, we'll get you more details on that.